That was the start, really, of a pretty lousy year.
We actually served as part of the notification team for Katie, Bobby's wife, when news of the mishap came in.
In July of 1992, the accident with closeout, they were on workups on John F. Kennedy off Puerto Rico, and it ended up that the airplane had a fire inside and it ended up crashing, killing all 5 aviators.
It's a day that I can see as clearly as I can see you.
It was kind of hard because he died the day after my 7th birthday, so it was kind of a shock.
I can remember all the words, I can remember everything that was said, and it's a day that will live with me forever.
It was a big, devastating blow, specifically to the Seahawks, but also for the community.
I mean, I still remember the day. I was in my Ninja Turtle pajamas, sitting on a little white couch at the home, and then my mom saw the guys knocking at the door. So. Then
when the second airplane crashed off Theodore Roosevelt in the Mediterranean, just a little east of Sicily, lousy weather, really a pitch and deck, and all the bad things that us aviators know of carrier aviation, again, really impacted the community a lot.
And it made me, as a person, want to do something in some way to help, because the initial reaction to something like this is that you feel so helpless. You want to make things better.
It's very vivid. I remember it like it was yesterday.
In 1992, when the first aircraft accident happened, Ed Caffrey was then Commodore of the Air Wing, and he saw at that time how individual funds were set up for the children. Because they were going in so many different ways, that none of the funds were able to contribute or were able to come to the level that they made a significant difference toward the children's education. There had to be a better way. There had to be a way that they could help not only these children, but if there were ever any other children in the future.
That's probably my #1 reason, but also I like the community feeling that we have, and I think it's really important. It supports the men and women that are out there doing their jobs, and it also supports the loved ones at home.
It does blend into a great relationship that the Scholarship Fund does provide, which is a living, breathing tribute to Hawkeye and Greyhound aviators that die in the line of work.
We want to have the fund continue to be something that unites this community and something that this community is proud of.
We have accomplished our original goal of reaching the money for the original children from the mishap. And so now it's become something that is for our active duty spouses.
It has grown into such a feeling of family and community.
It made me feel good. I made a lot of friendships, had a wonderful time.
Even the fundraisers that we'd go to, they were fun.
I knew that I was doing something for the children of this community and people.
It's rewarding, I think, to yourself as well as getting to see what it's doing for other people. It's definitely worthwhile.
The valuable interest that it comes from our own people and not from outside sources makes it more precious to us, that we have done this for ourselves and by ourselves.
It feels like it's so much more coming from people that you know, or that you've been around since you were growing up.
For every child who is eligible for a memorial scholarship, that we would give them 40% of the annual cost of an average public school education.
It's very stress relieving not having to worry about paying, some of the student bills that you get, especially with the cost of school.
It's not just a group of people who work together and a group of spouses who happen to know each other because their husbands work together. It truly is a family And the fund has really helped foster and help that feeling to grow.
And now it's just an unbelievable outpouring continuously through our community and through a lot of other folks that continuously donate time and energy and money to keep this thing moving forward. And
the community feeling is so important. I think we have a great community. You know, our aircraft may not be as sexy as a jet, but we have the community that makes it sexy.
A young lieutenant, a young ensign coming into this community doesn't necessarily know anything about these people and about the family that he has become part of. So that is kind of an additional goal, to want to foster that feeling of community, and also to always be able to continue the merit scholarships.
It was really exciting because coming into this community, I didn't know what to expect as a military spouse, but it enabled me to see how everybody really pulled together as a family. And
children and spouses apply, and for the last 5 years we've been able to give out 5 $1,000 scholarships every year.
I got the scholarship, it was the fall of 2002. It was really exciting. I was really hesitant about going back to school. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do it or not. And then when I got the phone call that I got the scholarship, I was so excited. So I knew at that time that I needed to go back to school and finish up my degree.
Any officer in the VAW VRC community who is involved in an aircraft accident or an aircraft-related accident is covered. And any enlisted personnel, while they are in a VAW VRC squadron and is involved in either an aircraft-related accident or an actual air mishap, would be eligible for memorial scholarships.
It wasn't until this mishap that I think it really jogged everyone's minds that, hey, we can do this and we should do this, and it's our responsibility to help each other out.
CFC is a huge part of the fund now.
What better cause can you think of than your own comrades? This is your own insurance policy. I mean, can you think of something better to give to than a child that grew up without his dad or mom?
I think it was a great coming together of the community to realize that we are in a very dangerous business, which is landing airplanes on aircraft carriers at sea.
Hopefully a future accident won't occur, but there is always a possibility.
The whole thing with Closeout 602 was the realization to the Hawkeye, I think in the Greyhound community too, that we're not immune to aircraft accidents.
It's a great peace of mind, and I've always looked at it as an insurance policy in case something did happen to my husband. I can't imagine having to shoulder the burden of sending your children to college on your own.
This is something that we need to own ourselves.
To all the people who are currently in squadrons, whether you are a E1, a chief, a ensign, a lieutenant commander, that this is truly your scholarship program. It is an insurance policy for the children. It is an insurance policy for your children. It is insurance policy for your friends' children, to help you know that all you want for all the children in this family can happen.
I can't really express how thankful I am. I just, thankful every day for it.